Hey guys, welcome back. It's Green Reaper coming you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're looking after yourselves. And hopefully you're having a fantastic start to the weekend where you are. We're back on my account and you know what this means. Today's video is going to be something different, something juicy, and I'm going to talk about the 5 things I would change in Raidshadowlegends if Mr. Grim become the ECO of Plarium. I wanted to do this video for a while, but what would be the first 5 things that I would change if I was ECO? Good as, and this video is going to be a bit controversial, but this will be on 2 factors. As obviously for the community, I think that has to be the main factor. The things that I think that would be great with the community, and you probably would have seen me talk about a few of these things before and stuff like that, right? So that would be the first thing that I would change, would be that. And then secondly, looking at it from a business point of view on some of the things that Plarium would benefit from the, I guess, from a business point of view as well. So what would be the first 5 things that I would change in Raidshadowlegends right now if I could? Well, let's start off with number 1, the P versus P aspect of the game. So, what would be the first thing I would change? Well, the first thing I have to change would be Live Arena. Now, they are going to make some changes, which I do like the sound of, but there is a couple of problems in this meta, which I'm not going to get into today's video. If you want me to go ahead and kind of share my thoughts about what's wrong across the whole of Live Arena, let me know down in the comments. I'm going to do a video of that next, focusing on that a bit more. But for me, there is a lot of problems in Live Arena, and I think that they need to do the better to kind of just change it up a little bit. So obviously they mentioned seasons, etc., which is something which is good. I would bring seasons in with conditionals and maybe condition stuff with like factions and then changes on a weekly basis to make it a bit more competitive. And obviously, if we're changing factions and changing the rules, etc., to Live Arena, which is already coded for them, and bringing in conditions, then I would I would generally look at that and say, okay, if I'm going to do that, then surely what can I do in alternatives? And again, that would be cool, different factions, but you have to give the free gear removal weekly. I would probably do it on like Wednesday or Saturday and Sunday, where it doesn't affect like Siege and stuff like that. And do it on Saturday, Sunday, where people got more time to re-gear the champions, get ready for the swap over, and then do the reset. Then on a weekly basis, right, or on a Friday, at least at a certain decent time. So this would be the first thing I'll change. I'll change the chest to become a 10 win state chest, and then giving at least 30 to 40 primals a month, which would still encourage people to spend, because 40 primals is still 6 months worth of saving, and it would increase people to do live arena. And I would get rid of the request for live arena in the advanced daily, so people couldn't do it. That's fine. I wouldn't punish them then for that. It's just a case of they'll probably lose out on a couple of primals, which would do that. The gear is also very decent as well, so I would go ahead and do that as well. And then obviously the tokens I would let them take. I would increase the dust etc here, and I would increase the energy here. So I'd increase this energy to 1 energy pot refill, and I'd allow that energy pot refill to go into the pot for 99 days. So it doesn't become crazy, but they can stack it with a bit more energy, as well as what they get every 2 days as well. And same with the multi battles as well, which would be very, very good. So that would be the first thing that I would change in Raidshadowlegends if Mr. Grimm was ECO of that. Amen to that, right? Secondly, what would I change to this? Well, it has to be Curse City, innit? Curse City is dull, it is boring, and it is really, really annoying, right? I mean, imagine having to do this each month. You know what I mean? It's just, come on, Plarium, we're better than this. I've cleared this like 500 times now. I don't want to clear anymore. Why have I just not got an instant button? Time management, right? So time management would be instant battle here. If I already beat it, even if they make me regear it, I'd just do that. I'd probably make people do the boss every month. That would be fine. But everything else, just give them a regear, and just let it be instantaneously. I wouldn't really try and push people to try and speed us up whatever way possible, and yeah, kind of make that look a bit faster. As well as faction wars, I would do that. Obviously, we're gonna get raids in the background, which is fine for me, and then instant fights for Doom Tower as well, which again would be one of them ones I would do. And that is about it for this. Like, you have it in King Arthur, it's fantastic. It saves you so much time. You beat the stage, and then you auto clear it 5 times in a row. Bob's your uncle, you got your stuff right, so it save you time management for sure. But that wouldn't be the main thing I'd change. The main thing I'd change in this would be the chest. The chest needs a big buff. It is absolutely diabolical. I've been waiting for 4 months and potentially 5 months this month when I get a chest for the level 5 blessing. I don't mind it being RNG too much, but it needs to be not 4 months in a row. If they're going to limit your delay 1 month, then be guaranteed for that. And then the rewards in general just not good enough. I would just put extra summon in here. So, like, for example, they get this, maybe add like 2 primals or add a remnants. I'll just add in remnants. Like, if you beat this chest, you get a guaranteed remnants. You beat this, you get guaranteed remnants. You beat the Curse City, you get guaranteed remnants. That's 3 remnants. And then if you beat the normal boss, or even clear the whole thing on normal, then again you get a remnants from that. And give people remnants for a normal, at least one, which would perfectly fine, and that would make uh Curse City's rewards worth it. Because right now it's lacking behind Doom Tower, and Doom Tower is better in rewards, in my personal opinion, than this. Unless you were talking about energy, and then it's kind of on the same par of that. So that would be the second thing that I would change in Raidshadowlegends. The third thing I'd probably change would be Chimera. Being a Chimera is fun in some ways. I'm not a massive fan of PvC stuff on my, as you guys know, but I do it anyway because it helps you in PvP. I would probably give people a third key for brutal, to be honest. I think giving people a third key for brutal would be perfectly fine. Being able to use the same team, and then being able to do this across the board, and then letting people just be able to do this when they need. And again, yeah, run it, etc. You still need to run it as a business and get people invested and try and improve the teams because it is the newer content. But the rewards need to be buffed. Like, the rewards suck. There needs to be some primal shards in here on mythical tomes. There needs to be some like more materials. So these materials need to be tripled. If you're asking me, in my personal opinion, these need to be tripled along the materials, and then they need to add a bit more materials and need to add accessible, better trials, basically making the trials a bit easier to do, right? So again, Chimera would be the third thing I'd change. Just the rewards suck there, in my opinion. These two are still better, and it shouldn't be better because this one should be better over that. It's actually better to get the materials right now from events, right? Which is kind of an interesting one to kind of look at it as. Kaima. So Hydra, right? Hydra is their content. We know this. They want to bring in the instant key, which is good. What would I change of Kaima? I would personally say I could sit here and say change all the stuff back, which would be great. But personally, just remove the condition now. Like, remove the condition of remove the condition of like having 18 champions needed for this. Just allow us to do this with 6 champions, and allow us to just be able to use the same team on Nightmare, Brutal, and Hard. And when you do that, please, for Christ's sake, nerf Trunda in the process. Do not leave Trunda in so people could just auto free keys for Trunda. That would be devastating. But other teams are not too powerful. Look at this TX team. Very strong. Doesn't get close to a Trunda team for sure. This is a Trunda team, but it's not as powerful. on the big trunda teams like you'd find in the big clans for sure. It's not even touching the words, like they're like 10 billion plus now again, and it's just going to get more crazy as the relics get out. So again, that'd be something I'd probably change. That's gonna be 5. Damn, I didn't think we'd get to all 5 straight away. What would be my last one? There was one thing I wanted to kind of touch on, which would be probably beneficial the most. Fusions. Fusions now, legendary fusions are not where they are. If I'm being honest, that is not where they are. People don't want legendary fusions now. It just doesn't cut the curve gap, you know, between the Krakens, the whales, and the whales, between the free to play and low spenders. There's such a like massive gap between them now, and it's really difficult to be competitive in P versus P. And I don't mind it being competitive, but when you just get straight up bombed by 8 second team, it's just so not realistic. It needs to be, go second teams need to have some type of versatility in the arena, and they do if you're looking at the pool, the right champions, but they're not very accessible to low spenders, whales, or even Krakens that have been extremely unlucky with their pools. So mythical fusions would be something I'd add in. I would make it a classic fusion. I would do it at big points like Christmas, Halloween, big events that make it worthwhile, and say, hey, go out, go get this champion, it's full out, this is yours for that, right? And that would be really, really solid. And I think that would help the P versus P perspective, as well as doing the seasons, etc. And just get rid of this Armads meta, because we're bored of it now. It's been nearly 1 year of it. We're ready for it to be over in that. They're the 5 changes I would make in Raidshadowlegends if I was ECO of this corporation. And yeah, hopefully MTG social media group, if I did say that correctly, if I didn't, apologize. Watch this. Hopefully they'll take some notes from this, because I know about 99% of you guys would agree with me on these changes, so we could focus more in Arena and Siege and Chimera. These is what the things that they wanted to play. It's the newest content. So the oldest content needs to be cut down a lot, not a little bit, a lot. Life and quality are needed. I'm gonna add in another 6, because it is today's video. Fix the bugs. Like, there's so many bugs in Live Arena. There's so many bugs in Chimera. People are gonna start renaming this boss, not to Chimera boss, to bug boss, right? Because people, like I say, it's that many bugs. The bugs are harder to deal with than actually the mechanics, right? Or frustrating anyway. Siege is definitely covered in them as well. So that is it for today's video. I won't keep on munching. These are the things that I would change. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I wanted to get this off my chest for a while, so I've done it now. So there we are. I don't make videos like this a lot, but these would be the 6 things I would change in today's raid. The game that I love and passionate about, and I know you guys feel the same as well. As usual, guys, hopefully you like this type of video. Let me know down in the comments. That's it for me today. As usual, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you guys watching to the end. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.